Yo, 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 what's up? This is Gentleman from Jay's University Girls in the Beach, capital of the state, baby. I ain't got a lot for you today, but I'm trying to stay consistent. I had a fellow YouTuber tell me, stay consistent, Jay. Stay consistent. So I'm trying to stay consistent. Let me turn this fan off. All right, so see this fan right here? I got this fan where it blows and keeps the air circulating, right? Now, I will show you something else. In the corners of my shop, I have 4 of those fans in the corners, right? I need to climb up there and turn them on low because they're on high due to the summertime. And the reason why they're on high is keep everything circulating. You wanna go out? Come on. Come on. Come on. So, when I flip this little handy dandy switch, they put out some air. They're chicken house fans, hog house fans. They're sealed. They got plugs on them so you put receptacles. I got one there. I got 4 in here, and they're all whatever, all right? Then I got one down at the dog lot, or the kennel. Let me go over here and turn this other fan off. So I got 4 of those in here. Then I have a big exhaust fan, but I have it turned off during the summer. It pulls like nobody's business. But let me turn this thing on. So what I do is the mini splits are set on 68 degrees, and they're 2.5 ton units. So that's 2.5 ton, that's 2.5 ton. And they're separated, right? So, and that keeps, and then that's the hot, that's the box for the water stove. It's not on, it needs to be on, but it ain't on. And it says it's 67 degrees in here. Over here, there's a thermometer over here, 67. And they're set on 68 or 69, 70 degrees. So, anywho's, hold on, somebody just texted me. Hold on, let me text them back. Anywho's, so I have 4 of those in here. They're chicken house, hog house heater, or fans. They put them in, they're sealed units, so they can take damp locations, but not like super damp, right? So that thing's still turning just by itself. I mean, it's turned off. See how long it's been turned off? And they're all still spinning. I mean, they are something else. But I need to climb up there and turn them on low, because when they're on high, that's just way too much to help circulate the heat. But nevertheless, I have 4 of them in here, and then I also have, what's up, Andy43? I also have one, let me put this thing right here. I also have one on my air compressor. You look like you're cold, Jake. No, I just come in from outside and I don't feel like taking my coat off. So I do have one in my compressor room. So the one in my compressor room is aiming down to the cooler. So there's 2 air compressors in the compressor room. There's a big one, and then there's 2 big ones, and they alternate. So the first one runs and the second one runs. That's a whole nother story. But anyways, on the newest one, it has a pre-cooler and an after-cooler and an automatic drain on it. So it has a pre-cooler. So when the compressor compresses the air, it goes through the cooler, it cools it, and then it comes out, and then it goes into the tank, and so forth, so forth, so forth. Is it possible to enroll in the police department again? I have no idea. I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a clue. I don't know anything about that. So I put one of them fans, probably, I don't know, 18 to 20 inches from the cooler, and so I turn it on to keep the moisture and the air and fresh air circulating around. I also have one down at the dog kennel in the summertime to keep air blowing on the dogs, keep the flies and the gnats and the dog pecker gnats and all that stuff on. It's gonna take more than 5 years. I got a buddy, it took him 12 years to get his citizenship, just saying. I don't know. So, with that being said, I don't even know why I even, what in the world? Oh, so, got a few things going on. Got some parts put on the C10, got some other stuff coming. Done a little odd end things here and there, just a little small check punch list, nothing major. Nothing to write home about, but one of my subscribers says stay consistent. So I'm gonna stay consistent and go live. Hopefully it's something entertaining. So I'll show you what I got done on the C10 today. Also, I looked into fresh air, cold air intake kits for the 68 C10, and there's a company called Air Raid intake kits. So you can get either composite or aluminum. And they have an aluminum kit. I thought I heard a truck. What's up, Troy? So Air Raid or ever how you want to say it, they have an intake kit. They have a composite kit, like ABS plastic. Then they have an aluminum kit, a 4-inch kit. One of their kits is like $158.12 for the duct work. And then they have this truck is not running a mass airflow sensor. It is running a MAP. It is running a MAT, manifold air temperature, and it's also running a manifold absolute pressure sensor. So I got all that stuff to see. It's good to see you too, buddy. Where you been? I ain't seen you in a minute. So they have a kit, and I got to get with the client to see if he don't want no, I don't know. Appreciate it. Yeah, a subscriber sent me this hat. So he probably, look, it's hard. Look, I'm in the shop working, and there's some guys that I know that just turn on the live video and just work and just leave the camera running. And you can do that, but there might be something going on that don't need to be shown. You know what I mean? There might be something, a client might walk in, or, just, oh man, don't apologize. Don't apologize. I understand. You get here when you get here, and I appreciate it. What's up, Harry? So, I'm probably gonna go with the black composite, like the ABS plastic kit, because he don't like chrome. He don't. What chrome I got in the truck now, he's already pulling his hair out on that, because he don't want no chrome. He don't want no chrome. So that's what I'm doing now, watching and working. Hey, let me tell you something. I guess you could say a buddy. He said the other day that he was watching, he says, have you ever watched The Blacklist? And I said, no. What are you doing? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you and the other 5 people that's on here. So he asked me if I ever watched The Blacklist. And I was like, no, what is that? And he says, on Netflix. I said, no, I hardly watch a lot of television. I mostly watch YouTube. I go in here and watch a bunch of YouTube channels, different guys, metalworking, just just random, late at night, you know, 1, 2 o'clock, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I just binge on YouTube stuff and then fall asleep and I play video games. So I play game. I'm a gamer. So, but nevertheless, he said, "You watch the Blacklist?" I said, "No, I don't watch the Blacklist." "Man, you need to watch the Blacklist." And I said, "Yeah, how many seasons and blah, blah, blah." And I said, "I don't know." So a couple of days go by. He said, "Man, you watching the Blacklist?" And I said, "No." He said, "Man, I just started watching it, man, and it's great." He said, "Man, it's crazy." And I said, "How's it going?" "Hey, how are you?" Roadblock, I think that's how you say that. He said, "Yeah, I'm already on season 3. And I said, "Season 3? And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Man, I said, "When?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "That's cool, man. What you doing, binging it?" I said, "What you doing, binge watching all night or something?" He's like, "No, man, I'm watching it at work." And I said, "What?" He said, "I'm watching it at work." I said, "Watching it at work?" He said, "Yeah, watching it at work." I said, "How in the flip are you watching Netflix at work and you're supposed to be on the maintenance crew?" And he goes, "Oh, we ain't got nothing to do." I said, "Oh, yeah, man, there's always something to do on maintenance. Everything's got schedules there." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm just watching it at work." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever, dude." Whatever. Nevertheless, so I didn't put the door strikers in. I didn't put them in. I don't even know where they're at. I don't even know what to do with them. I didn't put the door strikers in, the courtesy light switch. I didn't put those in today because I don't know exactly where I'm going to put them at on the 68 C10. I know where they're typically where they go, but I'm not going to put them on until I put the doors back on it, so I know where to put it at. They usually go in the middle right there on the B pillar. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, with that being said, I got something else that I've been thinking about. So, this is just a rough drawing. See this? It's a square box, a plenum, and then like some duct work, some 4-inch hard duct work coming off the top with some registers, right? So what am I thinking? So if you've been paying attention, when body work starts happening, a lot of dust happens. And I have, I have a Rupus vacuum cleaner, so when I'm sanding, it sucks up the dust. At the college where I worked at the college, we had these Dusters 3000s, where there were these units and they had this spray sock on the top. So when you turn it on, it looked like that, that inflatable thing you see it out in front of car lots where they say, "We got a sale," you know, them things out there swinging. It's one of those. And the way it works is it inflates out about 12 foot out and it's pressurized and it pushes air down. So by pushing the air down, you're pushing the dust down. So the way that thing works is the thing would have a spray sock on the top, or a big old sock. And you would turn this thing on and there's fans in here. The fans would suck air through all 4 sides, force the air up, fill up this plenum, and then it would blow air out of these registers. And by doing that, if a person was it's just rough. If a person was working on a car, like sanding on a fender, and the dust would fall down because the air's forcing it down, and it would go down, and then it would suck the dust back up through this. Anybody got time for that, man? So it keeps the dust down in your shop. Now you can buy these units. These units are like $30,000. I mean, they're called dust busters. They're expensive. So basically, all it is, it's a high pressure fan on the inside, build a ductwork, and then a register, and then keep on going. Well, I got some buddies that are in heating and air, and I said, hey, look, I want to build a box, some type of box plenum. And yeah, I know, I just got to get rid of that crap, man. To build a duster. So for example, like this right here, let me show you. You see how that box is? It's just HVAC made that. There's a box fan in there. It circulates, it blows air across the heater coil, and then blah, blah, blah. So basically, it'd be like that, but it'd be on the floor. And he just sent me a message just a few minutes ago, and he said, hey, look, we just took a 125,000 watt, or excuse me, 120,000, or 120, spit it out, Jane, nobody gonna take it from you. 120,000 BTU heating system out of this house, and they took it apart, and they kept the fan, the squirrel fan, right? So, or the fan. He says, if you want it, come get it, and do whatever you're gonna do with it. If it don't work, maybe it blows mosquitoes or something, you know. So, I'm gonna try to go get it tomorrow, and then I'm thinking about I wanna make this thing as light as possible. So, I mean, I could rip some, I'm thinking about taking some 2x4s and building a frame, just building a tower, you know, just take some 4x4 or some 2x4s and I still ain't got rid of this cough. So, think about building something like this. Some 4x4s, or you keep saying 4x4s, 2x4s, some 2x4s, some 2x, build a frame, you know, make it wide enough where it's not top heavy, you know. Might even get with my buddy Brandon at Iron Fitness and get a 45-pound weight. Get a 45-pound weight to put in the bottom of it as a counterweight. And then somehow, and then just could probably take some plywood. Nah, I probably didn't want to use plywood because if I wanted to wash it, I wouldn't want the plywood to get wet. I could just go to Lowe's and get some coil stock and like some flashing that you make flashing off of on your house. Get some of that, or get some galvanized metal. See if they got some sheets of galvanized metal at the HVAC place or where I can get it, and just cover it in galvanized metal, just like that box, just like that. Put that fan in there and then frame it off at the bottom. I'm just rough drawing. And then on the top, you could take, and since it's square, close the top off and put, I don't know. Anybody got any ideas? I want to put a lot of money in this. I don't know, something like that. So down here at the bottom, put the fan, or put the filters, 4 filters, put a filter on each side, put the fan in the middle, So it's sucking in all the air on all 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, be 4 sides. This side, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. It'd be sucking air in on all 4 sides. And then the squirrel fan, the box fan, or the furnace fan will be sitting up here where it's pulling the air up, and then sheet all this, and then put at the top, put a ductwork where it goes from, 6 inch to 4 inch to 2 inch or something, and then put some registers where it blows air down. I don't know, just spitballing. But the reason why is because I'm gonna have a lot of motorcycle parts coming, and it's gonna be a lot of sanding, fiberglass, stuff like that, and it's gonna generate a lot of dust. So I need to do something so I'm not killing my air conditioner units, my mini splits. I mean, I would even go as far as petitioning off a part of the shop. I don't know. If I had one of these, that would help tremendously. And I don't run the mini splits. I don't run the mini splits in the summer anyway, so it probably wouldn't matter, but it'd help it keep the dust down, because when you generate a lot of dust, it goes everywhere. So, but nevertheless, let me show you what else I got going on. So, like I said, those little push pins, they go here. But I don't want to put them in right yet, because, hold tight. Okay. So, yeah, so I got one right there, and I got one right there. So I need to insulate my ceiling. I need to climb up in the attic and blow and put that recycled garbage up there. And I'll probably do that before it gets like too blistering hot. Just clean the shop out, get a couple pallets of that stuff. Me climb up in the attic with the respirator, have my son fill it up, and me just blow the attic and put about, I don't know, I think it's like 28 inches or 30, like 28 inches, 20 to 30 inches in the ceiling. And that right there alone would tremendously help out, because everything is 2x6 rafters, everything's stripped with 2x4s. Then it's 1/2 inch plywood, 1/2 inch OSB, and then all the seams are caulked and stripped with 1x4s. So it's sealed up pretty tight, but if you climb up and get on something and put your hand up there about a foot down in the summertime, it's hot. It's hot. So if I put insulation in the attic, it would help even in the wintertime with these mini splits. That mini split runs more than that one, and I think it's because of that box fan right there. I should get up there and cover that thing with plastic, because I'm sure there's a draft that comes through there and kicks in. But anyway, let's get back to this. So those little push pins that activate the courtesy light, I hadn't put them in yet, and the reason why is because I don't know where they're going to go, and all this stuff is just laying here, or it's not laying, it's fastened. It's here, and then when the carpet comes, I will make adjustments for the carpet. So when I said I bought this morning when I did a reel, I said I bought the kit, the courtesy light kit, and I actually like these better than what actually came in the wiring harness. The ones that came in the wiring harness look like that right there. That's the ones that came in the wiring harness. I actually like these. These come from LMC. It was a kit. So I was thinking, where in the world am I gonna put these? So I put them here. So when you open the door, it looks like the screen is blurry. Let me see something. Y'all hold tight, hold tight. It was blurry. There was a daggone old fingerprint on there. So I put them right there, and later on this evening, I'm gonna set the old seat back in here just to see what it does. I'm thinking, once you open the door, this will shine down into the floor, and those will shine down at your feet. So I don't know. Just whatever. It is what it is. But I'll show you what they look like. Let me make sure I got my Bluetooth turned off. So let me hook the battery up. So this is what I'm saying. So that's what they're doing. See, what I'm thinking is they'll shine at your feet. So when you open, so in theory, when you open the door to go get in the truck, you got this one that's shining down here, which is going to be a panel. I'm thinking about making a panel to come down, to kick down, to cover this up, because I got to make a console anyway. So I'm thinking put some lighting in the floor, so this would shine down in the floor so you can see where you're at. The other thing is, I got that installed. That's an LED bulb. These are not LEDs. This would come in the kit. I might see if I can find LED versions of these and of those, and I got that new light in there for that, and she's working out great. So that's that. Easy peasy, cheesy greasy. So, look at this right here. It will look better than dark by far, and the power can be used for a lot of stuff. Mr. E, what you talking about, boss? I got the first part of your statement. It will look better than being in the dark. I agree with that. This last part, and the power can be used for a lot of stuff. What do you mean? Explain. So I can write it in my notes. I'll show you what it looks like in the dark. I'll turn out the lights. It gets pretty dark in here. While you figuring out that, I'm gonna turn the light. I'm gonna hook the battery, turn the switch back on the battery, and then I'll come back over here and we'll just see how bright she is. How about that? So, battery's turned on. You boys and girls probably didn't. Luckily what? What are you talking about, Willis? Let's turn these lights out. I told you, it's dark in here. It's dark. All right, let's turn this around so you can see. So yeah, so they pretty bright. Let me turn that radio off. That static's driving me crazy. So, like I said, in theory, that's what I'm thinking. You got the seat's gonna be sitting right there. So when you go to open the door, it's shining down at your feet so you can see what in the world's going on. And then, see, that light there is more, that's LED and those are regular. So that looks like more of a bluish. All right, hold that thought, Mr. E. I'll tell you. So that's that. So I don't think you boys and girls seen the, I got the bumper mocked up. I don't think you boys and girls seen the Pro Touring style bumper, So that's the, So that's the running lights in the bumper, and then that would be the side marker light that's in the fender. And then you boys and girls know that those are, I gotta change those bulbs out. Those are what goes in the grill because this is a 68. So if you go to turn, subwoofers on the power lines too, maybe. Hold on a second. I'm with you. I'm picking up what you're laying down. All right, so that's how I got it wired up. So they're also turn signals. Now that white one right there, it has to be changed out to an amber bulb, and that goes in the grill. But so now they're also turn signals too. And then the back turn signals, they work. And then same thing with the other side, they work too. So we'll go from there. So let me go over here and, hold on a second. Let me go turn the lights back on. Let me go turn the lights back on. And turn the battery off, and then I can follow up on Mr. E and whatever else craziness is going on. All right, so your light kit LED already mentioned, but upgrades in the future. USB, who knows, power seats might be. Okay, Mr. E, this wiring harness already got you covered, brother. Already got you covered. Look at here. This wiring harness right here, that one right there, 510333 for 67 to 68 truck, already has all that. I'm glad you brought that up. So you said upgrades in the future, USB. That's already in it. It's in the radio. I'll show you that. Power seats, it already has that in the wiring harness. So it already has like 7 or 8 sections in that wiring harness for auxiliary add-ons. Not air conditioner. Power seats, power windows. There's like 7 more, circuits that are available. It's called the auxiliary section. So there's 7 more circuits, and they, let me put this phone down. And they're different amperage. So there's some of them are 20 amps, and some of them are 20 amps and some of them are 30 amps. And there's 7 of them. So that's greatly, yeah, so those are already there. And I made a suggestion to him because he wants the interior of this to look like his new Escalade. So it's that saddle brown weathered leather or weathered leather interior. So TMI has interior kits, and that's what we're gonna go with. New 60/40 bench seat, which actually is 2 bucket seats with the console in the middle, which actually makes us a 3rd seat. That full dash panel, full door panels, headliner, and all that stuff. So I said, he said he's talking about he wanted it like his new Escalade. And I said, does your Escalade have heated seats? He said, oh yeah. He said, especially on this warm mornings. He said, when I turn that thing on, it's already preset. He said, man, ain't nothing like getting in a warm seat. And I said, I bet you want some, what about putting heated seats in your 68? And he's like, do whatever you want to do, Jay. Do whatever. So I'm going to use one of those. I was looking at the kits, and the kits are not that bad. And they some of them take a 20 amp circuit, and some take a 30 amp circuit. So and they come with the relays and all that stuff. So I'm gonna put heated seats in it, and go from there. Let me see what else. That's that. And for the subwoofer, there's already a circuit for that because the radio and the amp that's in it has that section. And then Slo Tubs is building a custom speaker box for behind the seat, and it's going to have two 8-inch square kickers. It's going to have four. They're going to try to get four, or two on the left side and two on the right side. 4 6.5 speakers, and then 2 sets of tweeters on the right side and 2 sets of tweeters on the left side. And then it'll have a section in the center for, I think it's a 12 or 1500 watt amplifier. So that's the plan on that. So I'm still waiting on some more stuff. I've run out of parts, and I don't like doing that. TMI, oh yeah, Troy, they look. I got a love-hate relationship with TMI, and this is the reason why. I took my 54, well, we don't even want to talk about the first two stories, but I took my 54's interior to an interior shop to have redone because the first two shops, long story. But anyways, so completely changed everything, color scheme and everything. So they went, paid the deposit. They figured up how much material they was going to need and to do everything. The door panels, front door panels, the back door panels, the kick panels, the package tray, the front seat, the back seat, the headliner, the panels in the trunk. They figured all that stuff up, and then they said, this is what it's going to cost. This is the deposit. And I was like, okay, cool. Paid the deposit, rolled on with it. Some time goes by, and they were supposed to have the interior done. They didn't. I didn't reach out. They didn't reach out. I reached out, and I said, hey, man, what's the deal on the interior? And they was like, we got a problem. I was like, what's that? They said, well, we ordered, we thought we had enough material, but we didn't. So we went to order some more material, and we couldn't because that color swatch that you picked out is gone. And I was like, what do you mean it's gone? It's discontinued? It's like, no, it's gone. And I was like, how can it be gone? And they said that their supplier told them that TMI bought out their whole warehouse, because it was like a saddle brown leather color, bought out their whole warehouse of like 5 different colors. And he said that they reached out to TMI to buy what they needed to finish the job on my 54. And it was 5 times more a yard than what it was when they originally bought it. So I got a love-hate relationship with TMI. So I told him, I said, well, you got the front seat and the back seat done. He's like, yeah. I said, well, we're just going to have to figure out something. And y'all figure it out and let me know. And to be honest with you, that was 2.5 years ago, and I ain't heard nothing from them. So I might want to reach out to them. So it's a love-hate relationship. Totally understand that's out of the box. TMI is hard to beat. Yeah, look, look. So it's expensive, but you're getting a lot of stuff, right? They don't. I mean, it's expensive, but you're getting a lot of stuff. So, hold on a second, Mr. E. 2 under the seat of each side. What are you talking about, big dog? Mr. E, what are you talking about? Need 2 under it each side. Explain what you're talking about. But Troy, yeah, they make good stuff, man. I mean, they really do. And their website is kind of okay to go through and try to figure out what you want to do and that stuff. Oh, no, 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 no. Putting two 8-inch square kickers behind the seat in the box and not lose any leg room. So that's what we put behind the seat. 2 8s is plenty enough for this truck. Plenty enough. Plenty enough. So it's got the 6.5s and the kick panels and the tweeters. It's got two 100-watt small speakers in the dash. It's going to have two 8-inch square kickers subs behind the seat. One behind the driver, one behind the passenger. And it's going to have two 6.5s on the right, or two 6.5s on the right side, two 6.5s on the hold on a second. I got to answer this text. Hold on a second. Yeah, but I can't put nothing. So this truck, that's all this truck's going to need. I can't put them under the seat because I don't know how much room I'm going to have under the seat, because the TMI interior, he's ordered the whole front seat assembly. So I don't know if it's higher or lower. I don't know how much room's under the seat. I don't know. So I'd hate to, and plus the two behind the seat and still have all the leg room, because Slo Tubs, they scan the back of the cab and then they 3D scan everything, and then they CNC router it, so you lose no leg room whatsoever behind the seat with their boxes. Yeah, hold tight, Mr. E. But I got something you might be interested in. Hold tight, hold tight. So, yeah, I was good. Look, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I was just going to go with, because their box, go to Slo Tubs, sloshtubs.com, and look at their boxes they have for 1960 all the way up to 1998 Chevrolet pickup trucks that they build behind the seat. They are super, super nice. And they fit the truck. They mold over, so they're really, really nice. So they have a box called a Cyclops. It has one speaker in the middle, has the amp on the left, and has some 6.5s and some tweeters on the right side. Looks sort of like that, right? That would drive me bananas because it's offset. It's not the same. It's abstract. Yes, F100s. I don't know. You have to go look. They do a lot of stuff, man. They're adding stuff to their website every single day. So it's sloshed. Look, I'm gonna spell it for you. Right there. SLOSHTUBZ. Slo Tubs. So that box they have, it's called a Cyclops. It's offset, so it would drive me crazy. My OCD would drive me crazy. So if I got one speaker on this side, I gotta have a speaker on this side. If I got two speakers on this side, I got a two speaker on this side, and then the amp in the middle. So that's what we're going from there. You missed my dear. Yeah, hold on. Ray, I didn't even see your comment. Oh yeah, buddy, no problem, Ray. You missed my dear cooking and cleaning. Yeah, I had to, Ray, I was, matter of fact, when I was watching you, I had the earbud in my ear and had my phone sitting on the counter listening to you while I was washing clothes. I was washing clothes, and then I got done with that, and then when I got done with that, I had come out in the shop, and then I had to make a bunch of phone calls, call clients, and order parts and stuff like that. So I didn't get to watch the rest of it. Troy, love Slo Tubs. Good. Yeah, oh yeah. Mike and Sarah, they make good stuff. So I will say this. It has to be even. It has to be symmetrical. unless it's abstract art. Now, if it's abstract art, that's completely different. So, now, Mr. E. So, if you want to talk about craziness, I'll talk about some craziness. So, this is an 86 Silverado that working on 2. So, there's a stereo shop over in Charlotte that's building the whole bed will be a box. Now I got to sheet it and do all the metal and stuff. But there will be a 4th order box right here. I have to cut a hole through the bedside and through a perfectly good cab and put a port through there. And then we're going to shoot for either 3 or 4 15s JBLs in this box, ported into the cab. And then the center section is going to have speakers in it. But once it's all done, it's going to be completely flat all the way across. They're going to build a custom box. They're going to build a custom box for all this stuff in it, lights, bells, and whistles, and then put an acrylic top on it. So Mike from Slo Tubs, I talked to him today, they're going to build me a box that fits in here, but it's going to have a port in the center of their box that will be 12 inches tall, 30 inches wide, with 5.5 inch or 5 inch radius corners. So, and then on the side right here, they're going to try to put as many 6.5s and tweeters on this side and as many 6.5s and tweeters on that side. So when I cut this hole in this bed and set his box in there, there will be a mirror image of this hole in his box that will be open so I can reach all the way through. So when the guys in Charlotte build the box here, they have a way to put the port coming through. So when you look here, all this will be smoothed out. It'll be molded, or it'll look like it's molded to the truck once it's wrapped in fabric material. There'll be speakers on this side, there'll be speakers on that side, and then there'll be a hole there in the middle, and then the seat will go up, and then all the amps and stuff. For everything inside the truck, the amps will be under the seat. All the amps for all this, I have no flipping idea where they're going to put them. So, also going to make custom door pods. We're going to put some speakers in the door, custom kick panels, and then we're putting the stock bench seat back into it, and then maybe keep it where, whatever. But nevertheless, that's that. So shooting for, the goal is to shoot, we're looking 40 to 50,000 watts is what we're looking for. Also have to get 3 alternators, at least 2 alternators, maybe 3 from JS alternators, high output alternators. Also, the battery for the truck is on its way. It's a lithium X12, lithium or AMG XS 1200 battery, and it bolts to the frame rail because it's not. I put Slo Tubs in here. So got the Slo Tubs. Here's the Slo Tubs. So I take the battery out, and I'm gonna clean all this up. I'm gonna take that tray, take that out, put an electric fan in there. So, but this thing lays all the way out. It lays on the pinch weld. Oh, hold on, let's see. If you use light wood, as in very sparkly, then a light wood in the bed. No. So the way this thing is going to end up being, whatever the height of this box is, it's going to have a clear top. They're going to transfer this height, whatever. Let's say it's this box right here that they build and put in there after I put all the sheet metal in. So I have all the sheet metal over there. Once I cut all that sheet metal, I've already cut this section here. Once I cut all that sheet metal to sheet the whole floor, like I built these wheel tubs. Once, let me turn this around so you can see. So once I sheet all this floor, I'm gonna put this 3/4 waterproof birch back down. That's why I made these first, right? Plus I can get in here and work and not have to be underneath the truck. This wood here gives them something to screw their box to. Yeah, hold on, I'll go back to the front fender. Hold on a second. So when they build this box, whatever this height of this box ends up, say this box here ends up being 2 inches higher than this floor here. They're gonna transfer another box all the way across the center, right? So when it comes up, it'll be flush around this wheel tub. This box will be all the way flush here, right? They'll build a box here that will meet this box profile. So when you walk up to the truck, the bed floor is gonna be flat. It ain't gonna be like Tetris. It's gonna be flat all the way. And you won't be able to see nothing except there'll be a picture window here to see the air ride. There'll be speakers and stuff here. They'll probably do the speakers in here where they poured them out. I don't know. And then it will be flush all the way there. So when you look in there, it'll be a solid flat floor. And it will be all clear acrylic or whatever. Lexan, acrylic, whatever it is. That's what it's going to be. So when you look into it, you'll be able to see inside the boxes of all the goodies inside, the lights, the bells, the open amps, the wire, you know, all that mechanical, robotic kind of thing. You know what I mean? So that's that. On the interior, all the interior, we're trying to get, well, he said he would. We just got to ship it to him once we get it done. Paul Gomez in Texas is going to do the interior, and it's going to be orange leather. Everything's going to be orange. Everything's going to be orange. Like an orange color, everything. Autometal Direct sending, got a new dash, new gauge cluster, new benzel, new grill, new headlight inserts, trim. There's a lot of stuff coming from Autometal Direct. So back to the slosh tubs. All right, so here is the slosh tubs. So these, Mike at Slosh makes these, all right? And they're one piece, and they bolted right in. And actually, I wanted to see if I could put these in without taking the fenders off. Now, there's been some videos online where they have, and they look like they struggled, and then there's some that took the fenders off and done it. I wanted to see if I could put these bad boys in without taking the fenders off, and I did. It took me a day on Saturday and a day on Sunday. And Mike, also you get these filler panels, and these filler panels go into to cover here. He also gives you a template to tell you where to cut. Now, I cut a little bit more right there, but this panel here covers it up. You also lose, these are the monster tubs. So with these tubs here, you can lay out with 24s. So with these tubs here, and they're fiberglass, and they are thick, boy. They are thick. And so you have to run whammy rods, and a whammy rod bolts right here and then comes down to somewhere right in here and grabs a hold of it and has a hydraulic cylinder on it, like on new vehicles and stuff on the hatch. And I think that kit's like $149. But these, they bolt right back into the original location where the other inner fender's bolted. He gives you longer hardware and everything. The only problem I had on this side was the power steering rack, the pump. It rubbed a little bit right there getting it in, but it's in. So when I blow this truck apart to do all the paint work, I can take it apart. But I didn't want the truck apart because you still drive the truck. So that's that. And like I said, they're they're not painted on the bottom, so he leaves them to let you do whatever, but they are solid. They are nice, super nice. So when this truck lays all the way out, and it tucks these 20, these are 20 by 8s, and those are 22 by 12s on the back. So when they tuck these 20s, there's about that much room. I can get 3 fingers on the top of that tire to the bottom of this wheel tub. So on the inside of the truck, it's going all orange. What's up, JG? The inside of the truck is going a dark blue, two-tone. It's gonna look like my dually. So let me show you my dually. So my dually is green and white. This truck's gonna be blue and white. So here's my dually. So there's the dually. So that truck is gonna be blue, white, green. Or yeah, that truck there's gonna be blue, white, and blue. And then on the hood, it's gonna have the stripes on the hood, like the RPO stripes, where you got the small stripe and the big stripe. So that's the way that's gonna be on that truck. Painted, what's up? John from John's Auto Salvage. This, I painted the tailgate to kind of give them an idea. That blue it's got too much purple in it. So we're gonna go darker blue. So it'll be blue, two-tone, be blue here, white there, blue at the bottom, same thing. All this will be blue. This will be white, the top of the cab will be white. Blue, white, blue. The hood will be blue with white stripes. It'll be a stripe this wide and then this wide. So you have white here, then the roof will be white, and then it'll be two-tone, blue, white, and blue. This truck didn't have the chrome on it, but we're gonna put the chrome back on it. It had the Silverado 10 package, but it didn't have the trim down the side, but Automail Direct makes that trim now. And honestly, I think that trim is held on with 2-sided sticky tape. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. So, I'd have do hard to buy. Cutting full, love it. Yep. So that's that. I didn't pull the intake. I didn't pull the intake off of the 6.0 until the parts get here, because I don't want this thing opened up no longer than it has to be open. And I fitted the covers. These are the covers that cover up all the wires behind the headlights and stuff. I had to notch this one. Had to notch it for the AC lines, and I got all that stuff ordered. So also I can't try to crank this 6.0 until everything is hooked up and I can program the so I can program it. The handheld does not come on. So when I called Holly and told them it didn't come on, they didn't ask no questions. They said that they would just they sent me a new one. So when are you going to do your dually giveaway? A dually giveaway? Wait, Ray, what you talking about? A dually giveaway? What you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? I turned that fan off to circulate the air, and I can feel a little bit of coolness in the air. So when you're going to do your dually giveaway? That mini split just come on. Y'all hang tight. I'm gonna check something out right quick. Hang tight. I ain't going nowhere. Just hang tight. Y'all hang tight. I'm coming. Just wait a minute. I gotta get something. All right, I'm coming. I'm back. When am I giving that truck away? Oh no, not giving that truck away. That is the rendering for that truck. That truck is outside. That side's chassis, that truck. Y'all be safe. I'll be back. He's a good dude. Mr. E, you have a good one, buddy. So that truck there is actually outside. That truck there, the chassis for that truck is not supposed to be done until October, November of this year. It's been on the list since last year. Put me in your wheel. So that truck there, I have a 12 valve 5.9 twin turbo Cummins that's sitting on a pallet for that truck. I'm looking for a 6-speed. I'm looking for a 5-speed would be okay. I'd settle for a 5-speed, but 6-speed would be better because I'm putting a manual in that truck. Also, once I get some stuff squared away, make some room. I got a few things I got to take care of before I can bring that truck in here, and especially it's outside and it's raining and it's cold, but I'm gonna pull the cab off the chassis and I'm gonna bolt it I'm gonna put it on a cart, and once I put it on the cart, I'm gonna roll it in here to the shop. And when I roll it in here to the shop, I gotta make room. So I'm hoping that box truck will be moved over, and I got room over there in the corner where I can put that 4-door cab on a roller dolly, because it's gonna take up a lot of space. And the reason why is because I'm taking the roof skin off of the 4-door, and I'm putting this in. I'm putting this roof skin and the brackets out of this panoramic roof and the headliner. I'm putting this in that 4-door. So I'm gonna put a full panoramic roof in that 4-door truck. You need to put some ducks on the hood. I don't know what in the world. Put some ducks on the hood. All right, look. So I came in the other day, and this was laying on the floor. This is what I was going to go get. I went to pick it up. And actually, what I seen on the floor first is I seen parts of bone. Like, I was like, what is that? It looked like drywall. I was like, what is that? And I got looking at it, and I said, that is a part of a deer skull. I said, what in the world? And out of all the deer skulls I got hanging on the wall, European mount, somehow the cat, I don't know how, knocked this one off, and it busted the nose off of it. And I was a little upset, and I looked at it, and I said, well, it is what it is. It didn't break it all off, so you can still see what makes it so special. So this deer was about 6 years old, big, heavy deer. It's about, 198 pounds. That's big around here. Old deer, old dark, hide, or, his pelt was dark, big old fat neck, deer and muzzleloader, right? Or right there at muzzleloader. And it was like pre-rut, just whatever. And this was on one to get rid of, and got rid of it, and then, processed it, and then took it and went to have it European mounted. And the guy calls me and says, can I keep this for a while? I was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. And they took it to Dick's Deer Classic and all this other stuff and brought it back. So is anybody? Yeah. So it was just fugly up, right? It was just like a coal, right? It was on a coal list, right? So it's like 1 out of 15,000 is a vampire deer. And I was like, what? Yeah, so like 1 out of every 15,000 is a vampire deer. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I'm gonna show it to you. So look, see that right there? The nose broke off when it fell off the wall. But look, right there, you got a tooth right there, and you got a tooth right there. See it? You got a tooth and a tooth. The snout broke. You see where it fell off the daggone wall? It's got a point there and a point there. See, we called him old Spoonhead. See how it is? He was like this for like 2 years. Never changed. Old Spoonbill, right? And he was going downhill bad because he was just whatever. But it's a big old, just whatever. So that's that. But they call it a vampire deer. So I looked it up, and you just have to research it on your own. I mean, it's a lot to talk about. But look, it broke off the nose, but the teeth, the teeth are still there. So thought that was pretty cool. I'll share that. But I mean, you know, if he was, I mean, he's not really wide at all. I mean, you think about it. I mean, from there to there, he's like 9 inches wide. So if this was mirrored image over there, he would be roughly 10 and a half inches wide. So he was going downhill, but that sucks that it broke the tip of it off. I was so, yeah, it is what it is. So, good gracious, been on there 66 minutes. So with the dually, the 4-door, the plan with the 4-door is once I get it in here and get the cab, get the panoramic roof put in it, then I'm strip, you know, then I'll have it media blasted. Might do that before so it don't mess up none of the stuff. Or no, you know, I'll probably just take all that stuff out. It's a jackalope now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, John, it is a jackalope. Yeah. So once I get the 4, hey Ray, Buchanan's Auto Sale. That's the guy you was asking about this morning. I hadn't sent you his information. That's the guy. That's the guy from the junkyard. That's the guy from the junkyard. So you need to look up Buchanan's Auto Sale. Google Buchanan's Auto Sale and Sanford. It's over there on Dixie Drive. Look it up on Google. You'll find it right there. Also, if you go back to that live video and look at my cover picture, you can see all of his information on that. I took a picture of his one of his cards and put on there. So once the 4-door gets in here, it's like I get it stripped. I'm gonna put the panoramic roof in it and then just leave it in primer or epoxy and then go from there, because really can't. I mean, I could do all the body work to the bottom of the truck, put it on a rotisserie, do all the body work to the bottom of the frame or the bottom of the floor pans, and I could go ahead and paint the bottom of the truck and the firewall. You left your toe bogging. John, I was going to ask you about that, and I totally forgot it. You're right. I left it in that chair. It was in the front seat of that truck. I didn't know if it was somebody that worked there that left it out there. I was gonna ask you if I could take it with me, but I left it. So I am going to probably just go ahead and do all the metal work. I'm hoping it ain't have a lot of metal work. It needs some rockers. You know, that's typical, nothing major. And then get it all ready and then paint the bottom of the truck and paint the firewall. Go ahead and paint it, and then that's done. And then I don't have to worry about it. And and then probably go ahead and paint the inside of the truck. And then that's it. Don't paint nothing else. Go from there. But anyways, you left your toe. I see what you done there. So, but anyways, that's about it, boys and girls. It's supposed to get rough this weekend, and I'm not talking about R-U-F-F rough. I'm talking about R-O-U-G-H rough. Cold. Whew. Yep. So I got some, I need to make that dust collection thing so I can get ready to start doing a lot of sanding on them big wheel baggers. Excuse me. I believe that's about it, boys and girls. That's about all I got for you today. I ain't got much more. Hanson, I don't even know what the heck you talking about, man. I don't even know what you're talking about. I gotta charge my phone. I'll take it. I'll talk to the guy over the road, not down the road. See you at 6:30. Yeah, I got some stuff I gotta do, man. I've been on here 71 minutes. I appreciate every single one of you. I try to come back live tomorrow. Consistency, and hopefully I got some more parts. And if not, we'll finish chapter 3 in the textbook. I appreciate you, boys and girls. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost up to 2,100 subscribers. You boys and girls rock. I appreciate you, boys and girls. Chapter 3. That's right. Chapter 3. I didn't do it on the last Wednesday because it was Christmas. And then the next Wednesday was New Year's. So I didn't want to bother nobody. You skinny dipping yet? Not yet. I need to go duck hunting. I need to jump out there and see what the water tastes like, feels like. So, they say if you take a cold shower in the morning, get you wired up, it's good for you. I want to get one of them ice baths, get down in there and soak in them ice baths. But anyways, hey, one other thing. Did y'all hear, I'm from North Carolina, did y'all hear, John, did you hear that Donald, now correct me if I'm wrong, Donald Trump Jr. is in deliberation to buy Greenland? I seen it, I don't watch the news, I heard it on the radio. It says that Donald Trump Jr., since Greenland has succeeded from the monarchy of the queen and the queen and the king and all that stuff, that, you know, they've been a part of the king and queen of England for 500 and some years. And they was successfully succeeded or pulled away from them last year or something. And it's just small. And said that, I seen it, I mean, I got to do some researches. You got to do some research on it. That Donald Trump Jr. is on his way into deliberations to buy Greenland or to acquire Greenland. Dude, what the world? Are you Irish? Yes. I did my DNA. I come back. I was 51% Scandinavian, some percentage Irish, and the other percentages I don't give a. That costs money. Yes, verified Triangle Business Journal. So John, are you saying that that's confirmed? It's verified through Triangle Business Journal? Is that what you're telling me? And 1% green. Yeah, I knew what you was talking about. Annoying moist. I guess annoying moist. I understood what you're saying. I heard about Canada. Yeah, Trubet or whatever his name is, he stepped down, and the reason why he stepped down is because they was fixing to parliament his ass right out the door. I mean, basically. So, I don't know about Canada. I mean, I heard about Canada, you know, I mean, I got a solution. Here's my solution. Here's my solution. We got all this trouble with Mexico, right? Or potentially or allegedly trouble with Mexico, right? All this stuff, right? We can fix it. We can fix it. Just go down to daggone Mexico, seize Mexico, take over Mexico, do everything else, and take it all the way down there back to the Panama Canal. Take the Panama Canal back, and we're done. We're done. Just take it. Just go down there and tell El Presidente, this is what we're gonna do. It's not that easy, bro. Oh, I know it's not, man. If it was easy, everybody would do it. I know, I'm just talking out the side of my neck. There's nowhere to hide anymore. There's nowhere to hide. Yeah, it's not that easy. I know it's not that easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. There's certain times in this world that I would like to be alive. Like during the 20s and the 30s with all the gangster cars and prohibition and all that through, I knew a guy, worked with this guy. His daddy was a driver for Al Capone, and he had pictures when he was little with Al Capone. And I mean, he used to tell the other side of the story that don't get told, right? And then that's that. That right there, John. If we went back to the 20s and 30s, dude, we'd be straight balling, boy. The other part is the Wild Wild West. The explosion of the Wild Wild West. That's another one, right? And then another time, remember that TV show called Leap? Then there was another time, like the medieval times during kings and queens and castles and knights and all that stuff. Yes, that too. I wouldn't be in no daggone, the Vikings where they just raided everything. That right there, oh yeah, yeah. That and all the dysentery and everything else. But what a time to be alive. I mean, think about it. I mean, just craziness. And then there's one more other time that I'd like to go back, maybe two more times. The other time I'd like to go back to see when the hell the damn pyramids landed out there in the dirt. I'd like to be there to see that. And probably another time would be is whatever happened to all the Mayans, what happened to them? And then what's in the Old Testament? And then the next thing I'd be is in Jerusalem when Jesus is there toting his cross. I'd like to have been there. That'd probably be the times. And the dragons, the pyramids in the Old Testament. What chapter, what verse, and what paragraph is the pyramids in the Old Testament? You tell me. I'll write it down. You tell me. You tell me where the pyramids is at, and I'll tell you where the dinosaurs is at. How about that? Did y'all know that George Washington didn't believe in dinosaurs? Didn't even want to George Washington didn't even want to hear the idea of dinosaurs. Period. None. Look it up. George Washington did not believe in dinosaurs. And then when George Washington passed away, he passed away of a throat infection. That's what took George Washington out, throat infection. Shortly after that, like a year or so after that, they started talking about dinosaurs, but they wasn't talking about dinosaurs. They said dragon-like, lizard-like creatures. All right. In 1878, 100 years before I was born, 1878, 100 years before I was born, the first dinosaur bones and stuff was found in the United States or North America. Just 100 years before I was born. So 150 years ago, they found dinosaur bones. But they wasn't always called dinosaurs. It was called dragons. And man changed it. There's a guy, if you look it up, there's a guy right after that guy, right after George Washington, there was a guy that done a study and done a journal or medical book or whatever, how you want to say, wrote something, and he changed it from dinosaurs, he changed it from dragon-like lizards to dinosaurs. Highland Scott, but identify as American. That's right. That's right. What's up, Jamie from Germany? So, I'll put it to you like this. I'm just going to put this information out there and you do whatever you want to with it. If I walk through the woods, right, and I find this in the woods, right, I'll tell you what, a buddy of mine found a skull in the woods during rabbit hunting, right? And he found it, he picked it up, he brought it back, the landowner come by and he said, hey, he said, anybody killed, he said, has anybody harvest a buck, such and such, whatever? And he said, yeah. He said, well, I found it. And he said, really? He said, yeah. He said, man. And he said, man, it been there for a while. And he said, it was deteriorated, just falling apart, just crumbling. He said, it been there about 3 or 4 years. He said, my son or killed about 3 or 4 years ago. So it just deteriorated, right? We've all found, dogs, cats, animals, stuff where their bones are laying in the woods and they just, you pick them up and they just brittle and whatever. So, yeah, decomposing. Squirrels eat on them, whatever. So you're telling me that a dinosaur bone is 30 million years old and that son of a gun is still just still as hard as it was the day before yesterday. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. That dog don't hunt with me. It don't hunt with me. But somebody said Noah's flood. Who said that? Now, yeah. Anonymous. Oh, I got it now. Maybe they got destroyed in Noah's flood. Now, I will go with that idea. So if everything got covered up with mud and silk and air was removed, then yes, that's how stuff gets petrified and stuff like that. So I would say that. Also, we're only 6,000 years old. I will say this: the way we track time is been changed. We're actually on a 13-month cycle. Everything's on a 13-month cycle, and it got changed. You have to look that up. There's actually 13 months. You have to look all that up. I'm not getting into all that, but our cycle has changed. Like Ethiopia is still like 2014 or 15 in Ethiopia, somewhere around there, because they're on the 13-month calendar. So also our time, the way we tell time is not the way they used to tell time. They used to tell time whenever cell in your body regenerated itself, that was 1 year. So they used to tell time that once ever cell in your body regenerated, then that was 1 year. And they say it takes anywhere from 6 to 7 years for a human body to replace every cell in its body. Time. No, it was a lunar candle. All right, buddy. That's your warning, stay off the grid. One more time, buddy, and I'm going to kick you out. One full moon to new moon is 15 days. How the hell do I know if my cells are replaced? That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Boom, you out of here, partner. You out of here. You're out of there. Bah. Just some stuff to look at. Okay. One cell regenerates in 24 hours. Got you. I'm just telling you what I read. If you go back and read some old stuff, do you eat healthy? I eat. I eat. So, no, this is a shop. We're just killing time right now. Remember when me and you went to different schools together? What? Remember when me and you went to different schools together? I'm sure we did. I'm sure we did. William, that's crazy. You remember that? Is that like, you remember those two death boys? What was it? It says, one bright day in the middle of the night, two dead boys got up to fight. Back to back, they faced each other. They drew their swords and shot each other. A deaf policeman heard the noise and came over and shot the two dead boys. If you don't believe this lie is true, ask the blind man. He saw it too. Is that what you're putting down, brother? Oh, I did go get some self-tapping screws today. That's it. If we don't have nothing pending, nothing going crazy, we'll be back tomorrow at the same time. And go from there. And then man, it's cold weather, man. It's got everything just whoop. You are too, John. You are too. Reminds me of Mr. Bean buying a screw for the change. Yeah. So, got a lot of. Oh, John, hold on a second, John. Don't go nowhere. Let me show you something, big dog. Let me show you something. Hold up. Hold tight. Oh, there it is. Let me. Oh, hold on, John. Look, John. It's all better. And then I made a U-strap. Clean that up, put a little bit of daggone primer on it, put a little bit of paint on it. Good as snuff, half as dusty. Appreciate you, John. And also, John, let me show you. Where it be at. Hold on a second. Where it be at. Oh, look here, John. Look, John. I made a template, John. I made a template. I copied. Look here. I made a template of what I got from you. Made it out of 16 gauge. So if I need to make another one, who is John? Buchanan's Auto Sale. I know John. John from Buchanan's Auto Sale. I call him John the Junk Man. You made. William, I don't know what you're talking about, but that's your warning, boss. Try me. So I got that, John. I got that took care of. So now, like I said, I'm gonna put the old seat in here just for mock-up, and I'm gonna make some templates about making the center console. I got some 3/4 birch, but I'd like to have some MDF, but I got 3/4 birch. I could use it, so I didn't have to spend the money and go from there. But that's that. I think that's about it. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Once I get those other fittings, and stuff, or those sensors from Holly for the Terminator, I can put those in, make sure that handheld comes on, because that handheld's got to come on, and I got to go through the setup. If I can't get the handheld, the handheld's got to come on, so the new one's coming to replace that one. And then because they said once the power comes on this Terminator, it should come on. It don't come on, so they said it must just be a bad Terminator's controller. So they're gonna send me a new controller. So once I turn the key on, I got power there, and that comes on, I can set everything up. I can tell the computer what kind of engine it is, blah, 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 blah. And then go from there and then fire this thing up. And then I gotta set the dash. So once I do all that, I'm probably gonna have to hook the battery up permanently so I don't lose memory. By doing that, I'm gonna have to unhook the courtesy light fuse, so the courtesy lights don't stay on all the time. And then I'm gonna have to set up everything in the gauge cluster. Go through the set process on that, set the clock, set this, set that, a bunch of stuff on that. But yeah, that's about it. And then when the AC stuff comes, I can finish wiring up the AC, hook up the AC, and then I tell you what, John, you still on here? John, Buchanan's Auto Sale, you still on here, big dog? I tell you something else I need. If you run across an air conditioner recovery system and recharge system, you know what I'm talking about? You know those units, I'm not talking about the handheld with the gauges. I'm not talking about that where I can get it Harbor Freight or any stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the units themselves, where you can hook it up to the vehicle. It recovers all the refrigerant. Then it pulls the vacuum. It holds the vacuum. Then it puts refrigerant back in it, and then it puts the oil back in it. Blah 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 blah. You picking up what I'm laying down, brother? Do you ever run across anything like that? Now, I know them things new, man. They're stupid high, like stupid high. But maybe, just maybe, you might run across one that's, fairly reasonable. You know what I mean? If you do, yes. Troy, you're exactly right. Build on a Budget just posted, Houston, we have a problem with the 87 R30. So I'm gonna have to go watch that. He ain't live, but I have to go back and watch that. Also, John, did you see where I give him a tip? He's talking about cutting the dash so he can put the control, where he can put the windshield wiper, because you're putting the whole wiring harness out of one truck into the other truck. And the windshield wipers are different between the two trucks. You see where he cut the piece out of the old dash and was gonna cut the piece in the new dash and then weld it all together. And I was like, built. I was like, no, big dog, no, you can't do that. Let me tell you an easier way. So I showed a little quick video. Get you a step bit, drill a hole, right? Mark it where you want it. Drill you a hole. Go to Walmart. Pick you up some of these little flat bastard files for like $5, right? And they have a square file in here, right here. This square one. Take that square file, put it in there like that. Literally 20 seconds. Put a keyhole in there, fit it in there. I had to do the same thing to this dash because where the windshield wiper controller needed to go, the hole was round, but it wasn't a keyhole because it was for the choke, because this truck had a choke on it. And now, darn, I sent him that message. I said, man, this will help you out. And he said, I'll take that under advisement. So, I don't know if he did or not. But anyways, cool hat. Thank you. Yep, it's a Pinky Blinder hat. Yes. I'll keep my eye on Mike Noah guy. See? It's always about networking. Yeah, because you think about it. I have to do the AC on this truck. I have to do the AC on my son's truck. I have to do the AC on that 61 Ford box truck. Potentially have to do the AC on my personal stuff. I don't know. B whatever. I don't know what that says. Hands up. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, appreciate everybody. Glad to hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. I'm hoping I gain some subscribers. I'll come back tomorrow. I'm gonna get this off. I'm gonna end this video right here. I'll come back tomorrow. Maybe I got some more stuff. Maybe we can talk about something else. And I'm gonna watch Build on a Budget, and I'm gonna eat some rice and some butter. Remember what I said, boys and girls. Don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while it's sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first at loose and drag. Peace, some chicken grease. I'm out.